Welcome to Recovery Pilates and thank you for joining us today. We're going to start with our setup. So I'd like you to stand with your feet hip width apart, with your knees stacked on top of your ankles and knees nice and soft, hips stacked on top of your knees. I'd like you to start by taking a nice big inhale, reaching up and coming down. And one more of those. Reaching up and coming down. I'd like to really stand tall, so imagine a gold thread coming up out of your head, really pulling that head nice and tall. And this is to help with your cervical alignment. Pull it nice and tall. Now I'd like you to stabilize the shoulders. So we're going to do a couple of rolls down. So just bring them down and place them in your back pocket. So imagine your shoulder blades going into back pockets behind you. Roll them down. Excellent. And throughout our Pilates exercise, we'll be either pulling that neck nice and tall, that head nice and tall, stabilizing those shoulders and more. So now we're going to go to your hips and your pelvic alignment. I'd like you to just place your hands on your hips and move your pelvis back and forward, and just imagine a big bowl of water in your pelvis sloshing about, and slowly we're going to bring it to a steady bowl of water. And that's to get your neutral spine alignment. Next, we're going to engage our deep core muscles. So again, hands on your waist this time. And these are your TVA, your transverse abdominal muscles. And these are your very deep core muscles. So what I'd like you to do is really just imagine a belt around your waist, and that belt is squeezing to the tightest knot, and you're really pulling in at the core. So imagine your belly button to spine. And then just loosen that belt a little bit till you're about 20 to 30%, so notches 2 or 3 there. And that 20 to 30% we're going to be holding throughout all our exercises. And that's really important because it strengthens your core, but it also protects your back. So hold that there. Next, we're going to do our pelvic floor. So this time, I'd like you to imagine an elevator going up inside your body, a lift going up inside your body, and you're squeezing, or maybe you want to imagine you're pulling up a piece of spaghetti, up, right between your legs, pulling that muscle. That pelvic floor really looks after all your pelvic organs, so it really holds them in place. So really tighten as much as you can, hold that pelvic floor as much as you can, and then we're going to release down to that 20 to 30% again, and we're going to hold that 20 to 30%, those deep TVA muscles and that pelvic floor throughout all our exercises. Finally, I'd like you to place your hands on your hips so we can engage in some lateral thoracic breathing. So take a deep inhale here, expand that rib cage, out through the mouth. In through the nose if you can, and out through the mouth. I'd like you to imagine that your rib cage is like an umbrella opening up and then releasing down. And that deep breathing, you can breathe the rib cage out. When we're on the floor, we'll be breathing that rib cage back into the mat. That deep breathing throughout. Wonderful, and that completes our setup.